Welcome to Helping Hands with your hosts, John Neiman and Judy Ritchie.
Hello and welcome to Helping Hands. This is our opportunity to let you and the community know how you can lend a helping hand to an agency or program in need. I'm Judy Ritchie, Community Advocate.
I'm John Neiman with Aurora Medical Center, and welcome to our October edition of Helping Hands. You can tell by our set design it's that wonderful time of year with the leaves smelling so nice and crunching under your feet, and the pumpkins and Halloween and all of that good stuff. So we're glad that you could join us. We want to thank our sponsors of our show who make it possible for Helping Hands to be on the air, and that would be Aurora Healthcare and also Harnix, who does our set design. Where can you watch us? Where can you see us? You can watch us on Life TV. I encourage everyone in our audience to go to the Oshkosh Media website and look up all the shows, including our show, because we do air 5 of the 7 days of the week. You also can hear us on the radio at 101.9 FM. And I really do have to say that the PR that we get out of this show from Oshkosh Media is great. I still laugh about the time that I'm walking down the hall at Aurora by ICU, and I'm talking to a volunteer, and this person from the ICU room says, hey, I know that voice. And he calls me over and he says he hears us on the radio at 101.9 FM. And we get that in the grocery store all the time.
All the time. I'm critiqued on what jackets or sweaters I'm wearing.
Yes. Yeah, people let us know, and we're glad. We want your input. We want to know what you like, if you're learning stuff about all the agencies, because the purpose of this show is to spotlight not-for-profits in our community. And we hope we're doing that well for you, so let us know. Judy, would you like to introduce our guest?
I would. First of all, the agency that she represents had a strong presence in Oshkosh. She had an office in the Hooper Community Building for years, and then they sort of left us for a while. It was provided services here, but left the community, and now they're back. And that's Big Brothers Big Sisters, and it's Alyssa Metelsky.
Yes, Alyssa Metelsky is my development director, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Lindsay Finland, I'm the
I'm
executive
sorry.
director. No, you're
Yes.
good,
Oh.
you're good.
All right, I'm sorry about that.
We've been dealing with
had
Alyssa
so many
with
things
all
back
of
and
the
forth.
stuff,
Yes.
and she's a shy girl, so
Yes,
We'll get even with her later, right?
yes.
we're glad that you could be on
Thank you.
for us. First of all, your personality. It's
Very
great.
quiet.
You know, it's what agencies need, to get the word out, to get everything out there. You need that strong, bubbly personality, who even was here early and helping us with our set design. So,
Both of them.
So we truly do appreciate that, and welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Now, Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Yes.
People hear about it all the time, but they're not really sure what it is. Can you tell us a little bit?
Absolutely. So we have been around for 50 years in this community. So we serve Outagamie, Calumet, Winnebago, and Wapaka communities. But we are the largest and oldest youth mentoring agency in America. So nationally, we have been around since 1904. And quite simply, our mission is to create life-changing friendships. So we know that kids today, they have schools to go to. They've got incredible clubs like Boys and Girls Clubs and YMCAs, where they can go before school and after school for peer engagement. But quite simply, people still need people, and our kids need people to stand up for them and to be a friend for them in life. So that's what we do. We match a child who is in need of just a friend with a caring, compassionate adult who we call Big. So we have big and little matches.
Now I know there's a lot going on, because when I met with Alyssa beforehand, she was sharing with me everything that was going on and the stuff that I didn't even realize or know about between the bigs and the matches and all that. Do you want to talk about the time commitment then?
Absolutely.
So if Judy or I decided to be a big, because I love that title, What would the time frame and commitment be?
Absolutely. So what we ask of our volunteers, so you can be a big brother, a big sister, or a big couple. So we have partners who do it together. And that's a great way, especially if you're worried about the time commitment, or if you're just kind of nervous about what does this mean, although there's no reason for people to be nervous. But it's a great way to do it with a friend. So we ask of a big that they give 12 months. That's it, 1 year. A season of giving is kind of what we say. And we ask for around 5 to 8 hours a month.
A month, not a week.
A month. A month. So some people choose to do it weekly because they like the routine. So sometimes what we call our site-based programming, we'll have bigs go visit their littles at the school. So they'll go once a week and visit them over the lunch hour. Other matches really enjoy being able to get together outside of the school place. So those are our community-based matches. It basically just means where are you allowed to meet. Do you meet at a site like the school, or do you meet out in the community? So some people love saying every Tuesday night my little comes over and cooks dinner with me and my family and we hang out. Others have busy lives, and that's okay too. I have a busy life, and so sometimes it's like, well, we'll hang out 2 times a month, but we're going to hang out for 2 to 3 hours each time, just so we have quality time.
Okay, and to be a big,
yes,
what are the requirements for that?
So we accept bigs starting at the age of 15. So one of the new things we're starting is a high school bigs program, really trying to engage the younger generation in giving back and getting involved in their community. And so, so technically it starts at age 15, all the way up. Our oldest big right now is 84. So you're never too old to care.
That is so cool.
It's really incredible. And so, so it can be any age. We do require that bigs complete our enrollment process. So we do an in-depth interview. We want to know about you. We're going to ask a lot of questions about when you're matched with a little, what age range are you most comfortable with? What do you like to do? So if you really love to play sports and I really love to read books, maybe not the greatest match, but how can we make a friendship that's truly going to be a friendship? And then certainly we do a criminal background check. You know, when we're dealing with youth and children, we're really, really focused on child safety. And as a mom of 2, I don't take that lightly, right? So being able to say, if I was to give my child to someone else, I want to know the agency who we're a part of is really saying, okay, this adult has been verified and security checked. So we take that very seriously.
And that's one thing that we've been in the volunteer field many years,
yes,
way back, that we've always talked about are the background checks, because a lot of agencies don't do background checks or still don't do them today. And we do think it's important, not only for the person who's going to volunteer, but for the people they're working alongside with and the agency that they're with.
Right. When I was with Meals on Wheels, I did the background checks, and there were times that I actually was in the position of being uneasy at the home that we were going to be delivering to, that I did a background check on that individual or their family, because I was not going to put a volunteer in danger either.
Yeah. And we do all of that for the volunteer. So we want to make sure there are as little barriers as possible to get people involved. So that is part of what Alyssa does. And what I do is we really are responsible for the fundraising, so that families, volunteers, they pay nothing to be part of our program. We want to make sure that what we're providing them is every opportunity to have a life-changing friendship, and they shouldn't have to pay for that. So
kudos to you, because I agree with that, because there are agencies out there that do either charge for the background check or charge if you need any medical things, or even charge for the uniform.
Right.
And I've always been that big believer too. You're giving of your time, you shouldn't have to pay.
Yeah.
Pay anything, so that's
and
really
a lot
great.
of times volunteers will offer to pay for it, which is incredibly generous, and we thank them, because then that allows us to devote more resources to other things. But yes, I agree. So,
okay, to generate the necessary funds for your program, what type of fundraising do you do?
Yes, I love that you said fundraising. I very much believe that there is joy in giving, right? Philanthropy is the love of giving. And so we are completely 100% dependent on community giving. We don't have any federal reserves that we get. We do not charge any participation fees. So we work with our local United Ways, both in the Fox Cities and in Oshkosh, and they've been a great partner. I know there's been some changeover at the United Way down here,
Yes.
and I love Sue, and we've had the chance to meet with Mary, and we're just really excited about where that's going. And then we do fundraising events. So we have 3 big fundraising events: Bowl for Kids' Sake, which is a bowling event.
And that's a huge one.
It's a huge one. I say it's an event, but really it's like 20 events spread throughout the course of a couple weeks. So we always do an Oshkosh Community Bowl where people can form a bowling team. So we all like to bowl. We want to form a bowling team. We go on, we sign on, we sign up, we register a really fun name. And then as long as bowlers raise $50, there's a $50 minimum. But after that, we've had, in fact, our #1 fundraiser for our Bowl for Kids' Sake is from Oshkosh, and it's Pete Wedner. So year after year, he has been our #1 fundraiser.
Wow.
And so every year he raises something like $2,000 just himself for this event. And so, but we do 2 hours of bowling and pizza and fun and music, and it's just really fun. So then we have a golf event in the summer, and then we have our gala in October. So. Yeah,
Well, tell us about the gala.
yeah,
then.
so it's called our Dream Big Gala. And so it will be held on October 11th. So depending on where we are when you're seeing this, we either are about to have it or could have just had it.
Yep.
But it's our signature fundraiser. So it's an evening of fun and friends and food. We have the new piano guys coming. So they're a dueling piano group.
They have gotten so much PR lately.
And they're so good.
They're so
Yeah,
good, and they are incredible to work with. So if I can put a little plug in
Yeah,
for
well,
them,
definitely. And
they
where is
are-
it going to be then?
So it's going to be at the Buboltz Nature Preserve, which is in kind of the South Appleton area. It was recently renovated. So
What a neat
We're
thing in
excited for that.
October in the fall.
yes, so October 11th. Then you can find all of this information about becoming a big Bowl for Kids' Sake. All of that is on our website.
Okay. Do we want to talk about your
Yes,
pin?
I don't know if anyone can see it. So, as of October 1st, we have a new image. So I can kind of see right here. It's hard to probably see, but nationally, we have gone through a brand transformation. So and I have a lot of respect for our national president and CEO, but as she recognized, we needed to have a new image.
And you look at our crew.
Oh, there you
They
go.
got you right
they
there
got
with
it.
that, too.
Excellent.
It really is sharp.
It is wonderful, and the story behind it is really incredible. And so what it is it's the story of a little that forms the lowercase b, and then you add a big, and that's the top. But the equal parts somehow make up something greater, right? So individually, we can only do so much. But when we can partner a compassionate, caring big with a child who has potential and just needs it ignited, then we can really accomplish something great. So this is overhauling, and so again, if you go to our website, if you check us out on Facebook, you'll be able to see all of our new looks, our new image, and really, we're not just changing our logo. We're really saying our mission. Before, we've always said our mission is important, but now we're saying no, it's urgent. We've always cared for kids. No, now we're standing up for them. We need to take a more proactive, compelling fight for our kids to make sure that they have what they need.
So what is your website then?
So it is www.bbbsfvr.org. It's the worst website to try to pronounce, but I can see
And I
it up there
made
in
you
the
do
screen.
it, and
There
then
we
they put it
go.
on the put it on the screen for you.
So,
you're right,
and
though.
so, but we have offices in Appleton, but then we have an office in Oshkosh, and Oshkosh has always had a very strong commitment to Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we had a couple years where we just needed to kind of retool and figure out what we were going to be able to do, but ultimately you can't serve a community if you're not in it. So this past April, we opened up our new office. It's off of Bowen and Murdoch. Really excited about being able to really just re-engage with the Oshkosh community, because this is an incredible community and we love being a part of it.
Well, and John and I go back to Lori's day of
And she's
being
still
the
with
face,
us, yeah.
being the face in Oshkosh.
Yeah.
And all the things that were done, and to see how far things have gone. You talk about Pete as your
Yep.
big fundraiser. I worked with him for a lot of years at
Okay.
Oshkosh Family. He's the director over there now. And he had a huge email list that everything went out to. So that's how he's able to do it.
Yeah.
And it's collaboration, which
It is.
which I really have to say that I've been in other cities too, but Oshkosh really has that community collaboration.
Absolutely.
And there's enough room for everybody to play here.
Absolutely.
And you know, there's enough room for us to get our resources
Yeah.
and all of that. And especially the events. I just know that the people at Aurora always talk about the bowling one. That is just the big, you know,
It's
the
so
big thing
much
that they like to
fun.
do. And it's a different activity
Mm-hmm.
that maybe not, you don't have to be that great at.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't have to be that great at, and I think sometimes it's really easy to think I don't have enough time, I don't make enough money, I'm just me, what can I do, right? But little impact makes big change, and the bowling is a great example. So when we have 500 bowlers, each helping to raise money individually, what we're able to accomplish and the way that that goes back and supports our community. So yeah, certainly you can see this was our information from last year, and we'll have pretty soon information out for next year. Where our theme for next year is superheroes, so it'll be a really fun theme to dress up for, but it's a really fun way to go out and have a great time.
Now, there's one more thing that Alyssa was talking to me about. Well, there's a lot more.
Yes.
But let's talk about the businesses that you partner with and what they do, because I found that to be very exciting.
Yes. So well, one, I'll say we have got some great board members who represent corporations like Verve and Oshkosh Corporation and Choice Bank and Silver Star Brands. So we've been very fortunate to have board members. And so certainly if anyone is ever interested in becoming a board member, we would always love that.
I want to say thank you for that, because
Yes.
one thing Judy and I have always talked about, you can volunteer and be a committee or board member. Most people don't think that's volunteering.
Yeah.
You're giving of your time and your
that
talent.
takes, many times that takes more of your time, a much
Yeah.
greater commitment than showing up and doing your thing for 2
Right.
hours.
Yes.
And the impact is just as much with serving that way, because they help to generate the funds also.
And you sound like you have an energetic board.
We have, yes, we do. To keep up with me, they kind of have to be. So thank you to all of my board members. But so our workplace mentoring program is what you're talking about.
Yes.
So this started a couple years ago, again, to try to remove barriers for BIGs. Right now, we have around 160 kids on our wait list. So that's 100, and we have 100 actively waiting for a BIG, meaning they've made it through our enrollment process and they're just waiting. And then we have a secondary wait list of kids just even waiting to get into the program to be interviewed. So one of the things we wanted to do was to say, well, how can we make it easier? So for workplaces, if a workplace, so right now our workplace mentoring is at 4 Imprint. They have around 8 to 10 employees who are interested in becoming BIGs. So rather than making the BIGs have to do the volunteer work outside of their office hours, we talked with the main corporation. We actually bus students from Oakland Elementary School over to 4 Imprint. And those littles are able to meet with their BIGs, who are 4 Imprint employees, at 4 Imprint at the end of the school day, at the end of the work day. We have a staff member there to help kind of do a curriculum facilitated experience. And it's just a really great way to expose kids to different workplace environments, to encourage workplaces to get involved, and 4 Imprint has been a wonderful partner.
That is so good to hear. And once again, I knew this was going to happen with our time.
I know,
we're running
we are
out.
down. But if you want to know more
Yep.
about how workplaces can get involved or how you can volunteer, they should contact you at?
Absolutely. So you can contact us at bbbsfvr.org, or you can call us at 920-739-3542.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
This was very informational. There's so much more
Absolutely.
that we have to talk about. So we're going to have you on again
Okay.
as a guest. And we also want to thank Alyssa for doing all of
Next
the
time we'll get Alyssa
stuff.
out
We'll get her
here.
out here too. So thank you for watching us too. This is the end of our first segment of our October edition of Helping Hands. Stay tuned, and we'll be back for our second segment.
It's not a charity, it's more than a charity. It's about helping people we live with. It's about being the type of person that the 6-year-old version of ourselves wanted us to be. It's about community and looking out for one another. It's about money, yes, but it's so much more than money. It's about friendship and common values. It's about opening doors when others are slammed shut. It's about giving kids a place to be kids and growing up knowing they live in a community that cares about them. It's about making sure that everyone gets to see the dentist, because we want to make sure that they have every last tooth in those smiles. Ultimately, that's it. It's about the smiles, old smiles and new smiles. It's about us, all of us, our community living united, because great things happen when we live united. Will you join us?
Hi there, and welcome back to our October edition of Helping Hands. This is the time where Judy and I sit around the table with our coffee, even though we don't have coffee, and talk about what's going on in our community, events that are coming up. And we really want to promote the Live Well event in Oshkosh, which is on October 19th, sponsored by Molly and the Aurora Foundation. It's a nice event. It's going to be at the arena, the Menominee Nation Arena, which is cool for people to get a chance to get in there.
A lot of people still haven't been there.
No, and to get behind the scenes, because the floor comes up and they do all this cool stuff. And like we said, the cause that your donations are going to when you buy the tickets is emergency preparedness, to buy equipment and things. So if a disaster happens, we're prepared. So for more information, call Molly at Aurora for the Live Well on October 19th.
Okay, and coming up also, fundraiser, whatever we want to talk about. Altrusa Club, which is a local service organization, is doing their Harvest Moon Madness on Saturday, November 10th at the Hilton Garden Inn. We have a bake sale, scholastic book sale, our pecans, our Afghans, and a lot of craft vendors. And the monies that are raised from that go to local organizations and programs. One of the things that we've been able to accomplish in the last couple of years is raising sufficient funds to pay for one of the police canine, so Odin. We support literacy. We support a lot of other types of things in the community. And then as soon as I get done working with that, I'm already volunteering for you with the craft sale at Aurora.
Yes, and that was just a little idea 15 years ago in which we had conference room A and B, and I put together a potluck for the employees and a few vendors, and it just took off from there. It's well received. It's a chance to highlight our volunteers and our caregivers or their family members with their craft items and bring the community in. We've added the Sunday.
Sunday, November 11th,
day.
And we do it from 10 in the morning to about 3 in the afternoon, and that allows people to come in after church because the community is invited. Mm-hmm. It allows our weekend caregivers to have a chance to check things out. Mm-hmm. And then we start at 6 o'clock in the morning to 3 in the afternoon on Monday the 12th. And the reason we do that is, again, because it was started by and for the Aurora caregivers, employees, and the volunteers, we try to work our hours to make sure that they're included. Mm-hmm. We do have vendors that come from outside the Aurora family, but they're screened. We are very particular the type of things that come in because we want things that are unique, that are limited amounts, that it's not 50 dozen of the same thing, mm-hmm. And the prices are reasonable.
And what I love about a craft fair too, and I love about our gift shop is you better get it when you see it. And that to me is always the big thing. It makes it more special than, like you said, having 50 of those sitting right behind the scenes. You see it, you like it, you get it. They're unique, They're one of a kind. They're really special. So, and again, the proceeds, the vendors keep their own money from what they sell, but the proceeds from the table sales goes to our Patient Experience Fund for the foundation, so we can do special projects for the patients at Aurora.
Right. And what's important to note is that, like Carlene and I, who oversee the fair itself, we're not paid. We're doing it as volunteers. We have one of the local crafters who does not even participate with the group, that we have access to their charge system so that the vendors can come in, set up, leave. We have volunteers who oversee the entire conference room area. So people can come in and shop, come to a central checkout, write a check, do a charge, cash, whatever, and get some really unique gifts.
Definitely.
If a vendor wants to be there the entire time, they can be there and staff their spot. And then they're responsible for collecting their own monies. So it's a great thing, and we have a lot of fun.
It is. It's a nice time. We also want to talk about fall is the time for the United Way Capital Campaign, Partnership Campaign, Aurora's Partnership Campaign. And we've done something special at Aurora to support United Way and the Aurora's Partnership Campaign. We hold a silent auction of themed gift baskets, and I really want to say thank you to our caregivers and departments, because they put together these wonderful baskets, and then we have a silent auction, and the money raised goes to help those campaigns.
And I swear that every year you've got more baskets.
More baskets, and people with the ideas. If you're looking for some, and it's open to the public, we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have a wide birthday. People just choose a theme and they go nuts with it. And so I wanted to mention that on this show, because we're supporting the United Way, which is supporting our community, which is supporting the agencies that we're reaching out to. So people give back in so many different ways. It doesn't have to just be your money. It can be sharing your time and sharing your talent. And so fall is a busy time. So if you see something and you're interested in it, check them out.
Right. When you talk about the time, your Knitter's Nook, and as we get into fall and winter, the baby caps, the little sweaters and things, even though they get the little cap in the nursery, we find a lot of grandparents shopping down in the gift shop looking for those things.
And so if you're interested, because this segment went really fast too, if you're interested in more information on Aurora Medical Center, how you can volunteer, what our Knitter's Nook is, anything like that, contact myself, John Neiman at Aurora Medical Center.
Or Judy Ritchie. I'm community advocate, and I can be reached by email at judy.richey@aim.com.
Very good. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you tuning in to our show.